You know, the wait for cross tag was immense, you know, back before the game came out. And I kept thinking, man, I wonder what the opening is going to be like with all these wacky characters, everyone showing up, you know, everyone doing their thing and whatnot. So the opening was released before the game actually came out. And it was like, oh shit, here we go. Let's watch this and, get in on this and whatnot. So the opening came out, and I wasn't the most pleased with the opening. It's not a terrible opening, but it's not like, I think it's like, I remember I talked about Hekida no Sora Izanado like as my worst opening, not the opening theme, but the opening itself, like the actual animation and how the opening looks, right? And I said that was the worst, but I think Cross Tag is like slightly better than that. But I feel like Cross Tag has the second worst opening, in my opinion. I think everything works against this opening in Cross Tag. Like, you know, like the starting of the opening, everyone, you know, standing around posing, doing their cool shit. Ragna literally in the wasteland as a reference to Fate. You know, that's like this cool shit. But as you go further into the opening, it's like, okay. And like, you know, everybody's, showing up to the cross field and everything. But like, it's just something is off about the opening, right? Like, there are some cool parts with it where everybody posing and everything, and, you know, some characters jumping in to attack. But then there are some moments like there is this thing where S just like freaking does one of her moves, and like it looks so bad, and like I don't know how to describe it. Like, they didn't even try being all dynamic with the cameras, with everyone else's openings. I mean, everybody else's like moves and shit. And the thing about it is, like, when you get to that part of the opening, everyone's in the cross field fighting and everything. It's like, it would have worked if like everyone was fighting with each other instead of just showing off their moves and shit like that. Now it has like, you know, new, you know, shooting stuff at Yang and whatnot, but like there's like I'm no expert, right? But like it's like there's no camera movement or no dynamic bullshittery going on. Like it's like everyone's in one place doing all their moves, and that's not, I mean, people's done that before. Anime like openings have done that for like a lot of times and shit like that, but like it's not like, you know, crazy off the walls. I don't know who animated this opening. I really don't know, but you know, it could have been better. And then like then you get the close-up scenes with like Hyde and you, and I'm like, why would you do this? This blatantly looks bad. This like looks bad. Like, I think the worst parts of the opening is like where like there's like Makoto running past Yosuke, where like the like not the frames, her character frames just drop. It just it looks so bad. And like again, there's like freaking the S thing, and then there's like the U and Hyde thing. I think those are the worst ones. But like like the opening just like it could have been good, you know? Like it has like these spots in places that don't look right. And I'm not saying like every opening should have like, you know, like high octane bullshit all the time, which it should. Honestly, they're supposed to, you know, get you into the game. But cross tags is so noticeable that it gets me, and I'm like, And I think the one thing that seals the deal is that there's like no unique opening for this song. I mean, unique opening for this like opening song. Like, Crossing Fate is not the perfect opening theme for this game. Now, I get it, it's the opening theme for this game, but it's not a good opening song, you know? Like, every BlazBlue game, every Under Night game, every Persona game, Ruby, for Christ's sake, each one of those series, right? They have their own like unique opening theme, sung by someone, you know what I mean? So to have this game, right, to be a crossover of that, and not have like anyone like Fei Lon or Kotoko or, you know, anyone else to sing this stuff, it kind of makes it seem like, like I'm not opposed to having like, oh, the main game theme is the opening theme, but like Crossing Fate is not a good opening, like a song for like an actual opening to watch. It's not very good to me personally. And then I'm like, okay, I could deal with that. And the funny thing about it is, like, they never even updated it, right? They never updated the opening when the rest of the characters came out. There's no 2.0 opening. So, like, if they had that, maybe Turning Fate would have been, like, the opening theme. And Turning Fate is not a good opening theme either. Despite Crossing Fate being a good song, it's not a good opening song. I personally believe so. it doesn't work, you know, and like it just makes the opening feel hollow. Like there's no lady singer, no male singer in the background yelling like, "Oh shit, cross and fade," like they're screaming, like, you know, screaming, you know, the lyrics to the, you know, like cross and fade would have worked with some lyrics. I mean, it probably wouldn't have been the best thing, or it could have just had a straight up unique song. But like considering how the opening looks, and considering the game was rushed, and considering like all the other factors that came to cross, like I feel like this opening was like, you know, a quick job to get done, and it shows, honestly. Like cross tag was rushed for Evo. The fact they got dubbed in the first place is amazing, but I think they had the dub planned from the very beginning because of all this stuff. So like the fact that cross tag was rushed for Evo in the first place, I feel like this opening was just a quick job, you know, a quick get out of the way. We have to animate an opening. Who gives a shit about the song in the background? Let's just do this thing. And it bums me out because like it could have worked. It could have worked. Having all these wacky characters showing off their moves. I like that part where everybody's showing off their moves, but like it would have worked if like they showed like, hey, maybe all these characters are, you know, some characters are teaming up with each other and fighting off enemies, right? Like, oh, Yosuke and you would team up. They're fighting back Makoto, or Makoto and Noelle or something, like, you know, they clash with each other and shit like that. That would have worked, honestly. But like, it's more like everyone's in this isolated area in the cross field, just attacking and showing off their moves. Like I'm like, it could have worked better, man. Like in other BlazBlue openings, everyone is always fighting each other. That's what gets me. Like in nearly every BlazBlue opening, someone is fighting each other, right? So with cross tag, it could have promote, you know, teamwork. Like, hey, you know, have you and Ragna, you know, they give each other, no, my bad. You and Yosuke, they give each other a high five before rushing into a battle against Ragna and Noelle or something. And they're going to like, they try to like work together or like something like that. You know, it could have promote the idea of teamwork in the opening, but like how it is now, it's just like, it's a showcase of all of our techniques, woohoo, or like, you know, showcase of us all fighting, woohoo, and I'm like, like that. I don't know why, but it could have worked where everybody just beating the shit out of each other, you know, like, you know, oh, like show me some clashes, show me some shit. Like they have some of that stuff where like Yang shooting attack. I mean, sorry, Noelle new shooting stuff at Yang, or you know, Jin, I guess, recovering from an attack by S or something like that. It has a thing where like Ragna's coming by and, you know, tapping Jin on the shoulder and running him past while Noelle's right behind him. That's one thing, but it's not throughout the entire openings. Everybody just staying around doing cool shit. It's like everyone's an enemy against each other. That could have worked, but it didn't go all the way into it. And this is not a big analysis of the opening for me because I'm not very good at analyzing shit like this. But honestly, it could have, you know, did better, you know. Like, they could have did better with other characters in different locations. Because, like, the only thing you really see is, like, Yosuke being in, I think, Kazumotsu. I might be wrong. It's been a while. You know, Yosuke being Kazumotsu, everybody's just posing and shit. It's like everybody's in their isolated area doing cool shit. Like, the only thing you really see that's anything different, like, you know, a character outside their usual comfort zone, is freaking Yukiko and Chie out in Kanzakai, the world of Under Night, and it kind of sucks because, you know, you wish you had more characters, like, you know, doing, you know, shit in places, you know, fighting each other or something. I don't know. I think I've talked about this opening long enough. The point is, this opening could have been a lot better. Like, honestly, it could have been a lot better, but I'm no analysis guy. I'm just some guy who watched an opening too many times and wanted to talk about it. So, yeah, I'm out, guys. Peace out. See you all next time, because holy shit.